So hello everyone, welcome back to another photochemistry class, and this is class 2. So in our previous discussion we are talking about the photochemistry and the Jablonski diagram. So in this particular class we are talking about the photosensitization and the photochemistry of alkenes. So we are beginning with our discussion with photosensitization. Now what is photosensitization? So suppose in your reactant molecule which are actually unable to capture the energy of the electromagnetic radiation that is irradiated to the particular reactant, so it will not show any kind of photochemical reaction. However, if your compound, there is certain compound is there which actually itself is not changed in chemical reaction, but it actually helps to capture the particular energy from the electromagnetic radiation and then transfer that particular energy to their excited state to the reactant and make the reactant excited. Then it is this method is called photosensitization, and the molecule that actually capable to initially take the energy and then excite and then transfer that particular energy to the reactant, that particular molecule is called photosensitizer. So for a daily life example, you can say that in a class your teacher teach something that you are not able to understand at that moment, but your friend actually understand. So when you come back to your hostel or your home, then you asked your friend to teach whatever the teacher says. Then your friend actually teach you whatever he learned in the class. So what happened that here you are the reactant, your teacher or the professor is the light source, and the whatever he teaches, it is the energy. So in that particular moment you are not able to grasp the energy, but your friend is actually grasping the energies and he got energized, that means enriching his knowledge. And then after certain time your friend will actually teaches the thing to make you enriching in knowledge. That means your friend here works as a photosensitizer and you are actually the reactant. So this is a very cliche example, but I hope that you will understand with this particular example. Now in photochemistry, the photosensitization reaction occurs via triplet energy state, because the triplet energy state having the higher lifetime, and that's why actually it gets enough time to transfer their excitation to the particular reactant. Like here example in this particular diagram, if we see here, like this is the photosensitizer. Now upon irradiating the UV radiation it will excite, but this was not excite. After it will excite, it will transfer its energy to the reactant to make the reactant excited, and the particular photosensitizer come in the ground state, and it will not actually change in the chemical reaction. So this is the basic fundamental thing of photosensitization. And if you want to know about the real life photosensitization process, then we can say the photosynthesis, where the chlorophyll actually works as a photosensitizer. So how the energy transfer has been observed in the case of photosensitization reaction? First, the sensitization takes the UV radiation or H electromagnetic radiation to get the singlet state excited state. Now it will go undergo an intersystem crossing to go the singlet state to triplet state in a activated molecule, and then this particular triplet state excited sensitizer now react with the reactant, and it will transfer the whole energy to the reactant and makes this particular sensitizer come in the ground state, and now the reactant are in the excited state, and the reactant now go in the different reactions. Now there are certain properties are there for the sensitizer itself. That first, that intersystem crossing rate must be faster than the energy transfer to a reactant, and this is very obvious because in the class if you are understanding what your teacher says, then you don't need your friend to teach that particular thing. So that means intersystem crossing rate, that means the understanding speed of your friend must be higher to become a photosensitizer for you. The second is the energy and lifetime of the triplet state sensitizer must be greater than reaction triplet state. That is also obvious that if your friend already forget what actually your teacher says, then how he can able to teach you at that particular thing. So that means the energy and lifetime of the triplet state or sensitizer is much higher. And the donor molecule must have energy at least 5 kilocalorie per mole more then the energy required to excite an acceptor molecule from ground state to energy state. This also can be explained by a real life example, like if when actually your friend taught you that particular topic, then your friend have to put much more effort to understand you that particular thing. So that means their sensitizer, that is your friend, it also required a little bit of higher energy to excite you, the acceptor molecule, that is a reactant. Now there is a different method to actually energy that been transferred from the photosensitizer to a reactant molecule. The mechanism or Foster resonance energy transfer is the FRET method or Dexter energy transfer mechanism. These methods are very high level methods. I actually learned this in the MSc, but fortunately or unfortunately I can't remember anything right now, and actually it is not required for the exam purpose also, but just the name is required, that the photosensitizer energy transfer is done by the FRET or Dexter energy transfer mechanism. Now let us talk about some example of sensitizers. Acetophenone, benzophenone, triphenyl, chlorophyll, methylene blue. These are the common sensitizer that is used in the reaction photochemical reactions. Now let us talking about the photochemistry of alkanes. That is important. Now alkane undergo photochemical transformation by including pi to pi star transition. Now photochemistry of alkane, that actually shows two different reactions. First is the cis trans isomerism and also the cycloaddition to another alkane to give cyclobutane derivative. So first let us talking about the cis trans isomerism. So this is the trans molecule. In presence of photochemical condition, this particular bond actually rotates to get cis. So the mechanism is very simple, that first upon irradiating the particular reactant with photochemical condition, that is the H nu, this actually breaks into the radical. Now this particular radicals, the particular single bond now rotates, and then again the radical recombine to get the cis trans isomerism. Similarly, here is also the same case, where initially it is trans, but after photochemical treatment it will become a cis compound. So this is another example where basically the cis trans isomerism has been observed by using the photochemical condition. So the initial what happened, that the particular double bond is actually homolytic cleavage has been done to generate two different radical, and now this particular bond is now a single bond, and now this particular single bond actually able to rotate because of the cylindrical symmetry, and again after rotation this particular radical getting recombined to generate this particular cis trans isomerism. Similarly here also, you see here this is the trans, after doing photochemical treatment it will generate a cis particular molecule. Now the mechanistic pathway we will discuss in the Stilben part. Here this is the cis Stilben. Now after photochemical condition, as I already discussed, that the radical has been formed, and now it will go via a twisted transition state where this particular bond has been rotated and we get this particular compound. This is the trans orientation, and then these two radicals recombine in presence of photochemical condition and we got trans Stilben, and this process are actually reversible in nature, like cis trans isomerism takes place. Now there is another thing, that is a cycloaddition. Cycloaddition is happening between two alkenes in presence of photochemical condition. There is a 2+2 cycloaddition takes place, where this particular 2,2 cycloaddition takes place to form this type of cyclobutane molecule, and also it has contains the regioselectivity also. This cycloaddition part we will discuss more in the pericyclic reactions. So with this we have to end this particular lecture. We have completed our introduction part. Now we are talking about the next module in the class 3. There is a photochemistry of carbonyl compounds, especially the Norris type 1 reactions. So thank you for listening.